Today we play in the quarter-final of the Peaky Blinder Irish Cup against Dungannon Swifts, the team currently bottom of the Premiership. Obviously, we're the top of the Championship, so we're definitely going up. This is going to give us a good idea of what's in store for when we get promoted. We are definitely going to be here for that, by the way, because I've signed a new contract with the club, as has James Convey, who's on loan from Dungannon Swifts. So I'm sure you can work out what kind of problem that gives us today. What's happening, guys? Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 8 of Unknown to Icon. I'm Razmataz and we are still managing Ballinamallard United. As you can see, things are looking a little bit different. There is a reason for this. I'm not normally a skins man, to be perfectly honest with you. But I thought I'd give one a go because WTCS, great work that's been created by Tom and Jack, is going to be incorporating a squad depth screen, which is one of my biggest pet peeves with FM23. The fact that there is no squad depth list in the same way that we had it before. Anyway, obviously now you can only see 3 players. I want a full squad depth screen. And it is going to be releasing one on I believe, version 1.2. So that's not quite out yet. I figured we'd load up the skin now and get used to everything before that patch comes out so that we're ready to go. But on to the contents of the day. We have got 2 massive games today. So we've got Dungannon at home. I say massive. This one's a really big one. Dungannon at home in the Cup is a massive test for us. It's going to give us such a good idea as to what we've got in store next season. Obviously, we have signed a new contract with the club, so we're definitely going to be here next year unless some ridiculously outlandish offer comes our way from a different club that want to poach us. But as things stand, I'm thoroughly enjoying my time at Ballinamallard. I don't see that there's any reason to leave, so we are sticking around. The reason I say that this isn't such a big game that we've got coming up against Newry City, obviously they're in second spot, but they're 7 points behind us. We are clear of everyone. Obviously, at some point in time, I believe there's going to split up a championship group and a not championship group. So we're going to play all the teams that are close to us. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We are by far the best team in this league. If we have a quick look here at our schedule, obviously you can see since you were last with me, we played Dundela at home where we drew 2-2. Already just struggle against Dundela. I'm not sure what it is. Whatever, it was what it was. I don't even think we saw Mr. OG Gallagher himself, did we? We did. He had an absolute shocker of a game. I didn't even remember seeing him on the pitch. That is a real shame because I do like OG Gallagher. But yeah, it was just one of those, you know. We didn't really play well. We went 1-0 down. We came back to 1-1. Went 2-1 down and then pulled it back for a draw at the end. So not the best of games against Dundela. However, following that, the game against Ards, we absolutely smashed it. So we went 1-0 down again, and I thought, not again. Convey didn't have the greatest of games. Cushney came on an absolute worldie of a performance. Lovely goal here from Ruhi. There you'd see Mickey Place doing his job. Rogers, ball over the top. Ruhi somehow manages to collect it and just slots it into the bottom left corner. Then followed by Mickey Place, still doing a good job. Grace puts the ball in. Mickey Place with the header. Lovely stuff. Beats McKay to the ball. And then the final goal, Ben Cushney. Boudiaf, ball forward, Mickey Place, comes on up, slots it across, Cushney just taps it in. Now, you're not going to like this, but I've got a song for Mickey Place. We'll wait and see if maybe he scores a goal today. You'll hear it. Then in the next game, we played Moyola Park. As you can see, another dominant performance from us. Goal nice and early on from Ruhi, who's been consistently in the goals recently. Thielen slots the ball up to Cushney. Cushney puts it back in the middle. Ruhi hits it. It actually comes off of their player. I thought it was going wide, but it counted. Second goal comes from Cushney. Big ball up from Shields to Ruhi. Thielen slots it forward. Cushney sends it home. Then they pulled it back to 2-1. Dylan puts the ball forward. Parkhill through to Kelly. Somehow gets between our defenders and just chips it over Shields. It's unfortunate, really. Then Richard Clark takes everybody by surprise. What a free kick. And then the game's finished off by Reece Byrne. Comes on, ball slotted forward by Thielen. First goal of the season for Reece Byrne, the young lad. So we've been on a real good run of form recently. I'm hoping we can continue that on into today's games. I feel like this is actually, although they're a team above us, technically, in terms of divisions, I feel like this is a team that we should be beating in Dungannon. It does obviously create a small problem because you can see James Convey can't play for us today because he's ineligible. But we're just going to have to make do without him. Cushnie's going to have to do a job. We've got plenty of players that can play in and around that front four. We're very fluid there, so I think we'll be fine. But it is a shame. However, what I was saying previously in the intro, James Convey has agreed to extend his loan. He's on loan with us until the 1st of June 2025 with an optional future fee of 18k. So if we do want to pick him up, we can buy him at that point in time. One thing I really do love about this new skin that I'm using, the stadium here. For whatever reason, I just really enjoy that, and that's an actual picture of Fernie Park as well. I know because I've googled it for the thumbnail. So I like it a lot. This skin, it's not too in your face. It doesn't change too much, but it changes a couple of things here and there. The tablet on the match screen, which you'll see, and this page here. I really, really like this update to the club info screen. And I can't wait for that squad depth. One thing I love as well about this is keeping an eye on this over here. Obviously, it's just, you as the key employee, as the manager. So Conor Razmataz just popping up there, who currently I'm doing my my qualification for my A license as well. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last episode, but it also shows you your other key staff. So captain and vice captain, ironically, both of them retiring at the end of the season. So we might need we're definitely going to need a new captain and a new vice captain as of next year. Key player, Ronan McKinley. He is an absolute solid player for us. But then it shows you your hot prospect as well. Glenn Williams. He is our hot prospect. He is a 2-star current ability, 4 to 5-star potential ability. Northern Irish lad. Been playing for the Ballinamallard United reserves. Obviously 23 apps, 1 goal. Not the best. But could kind of be forgiven as a winger as long as he's getting assists, which he kind of is. 16 appearances for the reserves, 2 assists, scored 1 goal from last season in 7 appearances. So he's looking good for a young prospect. 2-star at the moment, obviously could be considerably better than he is right now. This also is a really, really good thing, and I'm enjoying about this skin. So not only can you see the last 20 matches of form, but you can actually see games of which they didn't play. So when you're looking to pick up players, you'll be able to see how many games a year they're actually playing and what they're kind of putting out in terms of consistency levels as well, which I really enjoy. That being said, let's get into our cup game with Dungannon today. Fingers crossed for a win that'll put us through to the semi-final. 2 trophies this season would look fantastic on the CV. And obviously, I just like winning anyway, so let's win. The squad for today then. So we are going to be playing our wing play tactic on a positive mentality. Our control possession tactic is here. We're just training it at the moment. The boys aren't overly familiar with it yet. That is something I'm definitely going to introduce heavily next year. I want to go to a control possession way of playing as opposed to these long balls forward to the wings. It's not really the style of play that I actually like, even though we've been forced into it for the past couple of years based on ability. So I want to see if I can get a side that can control possession, which we're training, so they're going to get used to it. But for now, let's stick with our wing play. Shields in goal, Doherty at left back, Scott and Rogers centre back pairing with Byers at right back because obviously Boudiaf is still cup tied. Grace and Mullen are making up the central midfield roles because McKinley is suspended, so Mullen comes in to replace him as Armazala. Then Thielen on the left wing, Ruhi at cam and McClellan at right wing. Just got Mickey Place on the bench as he's an option to come on for striker or right wing. So we'll see how we go in using him as a substitute today. And then Cushley does lead the line as the striker. I'm feeling fairly confident, and I think that we're going to breeze our way through into the semi-finals. Let's find out. Right, here we go then. Cup day it is. Ballinamallard United, look at that form we've been on. A couple of wins, draw in the middle and 2 wins again. Obviously the draw against Dundela. For whatever reason, I don't feel like we ever play well against them. This is Dungannon side who are having a shocker of a season. 4 losses in their last 5 games played. We've got the home advantage today. We're going on a positive mentality. Look at this as well. Look at this. This is actually the overview. this gives you so much more information. You've got 5 of the other screens all on one screen now. It's excellent. McGinty plays the ball forward to Smith, back to Woods, their centre-back. Noel Grace is already on a yellow card. That's not what I wanted to see. John Scott picks up the ball. Lovely. Pass it back to Shields. Good stuff, lads. Let's just take our time. We didn't take our time, but it might play off. Cushney. Oh, it's wide of the post. That's unfortunate. That could have been a great opportunity to take one early on. Their goalkeeper taking his time with it. Big ball forward. It's just all of these non-league teams. They're all big ball forward players. Cushney's through again. Oh God. Is it going to be one of those days? Teelan has a crack, comes back to their player in Smith. Grace has won the ball again. Oh, he's making me nervous for some reason, even though he's playing fantastically. Ball comes off of their player and goes out for a throw. I've got a funny feeling this is going to be an absolutely chaotic game. Cushney heads it down. Oh, I don't think he did, actually. I think their player must have got to it. Ball over the top to Marcy, is that? Their striker. The ball's through towards Cushney again. That is a foul, referee. I don't know whether you saw that. Byers up to Cushney, heads it on to the nobody that's there. McClellan picks it up though. Ball across. Teelan's in. Lovely header. Berry, their keeper, gets a hand to it, but it has rolled its way into the net, and we are 1-0 up. This is excellent. That's the exact start that we wanted. On the attack, really good play from the boys. McClellan, big ball over to the other side, switches the play, and Teelan beats his man to the ball again. I'm going to click on that fella, obviously. You'll know what will happen. But Teelan, up in the air, scores the goal. You'd love to see it. That boy's been fantastic, by the way. He's cemented himself as a consistent assist provider. He's actually top in the league now, I think, as well. Top of the league for assists on 10 or 11, something like that. Teelan, again, holding up the play, lovely. Just runs all the way around. Don't worry about switching it. I'll just run all the way around all the other players. Unfortunately, the ball in does get deflected off of their player, and they're away. McDonald passes it back inside towards Smith. Kerr, ball over the top. Too heavy, and it rolls its way into the hands of Shields. I love this down the bottom as well. I just love that you can see faces. It just makes everything just so much clearer. You obviously won't be able to see Cushney or Teelan, but Cushney's having an average game and Teelan's having a great game. Cushney on a 6.4, Teelan on a 7.4. Cushney should, by rights, probably be coming off very shortly. Unless he does something a bit better. Obviously, one missed opportunity, one against the post. Considering his performance in the last episode, it's a bit of a shame, really, and he's been playing well in the games in between as well. Cushney's through again. This is the thing. He just gets there every time, and that is the goal from Cushney. This will be where he turns it around. He was onside. Beautiful stuff. Assist from Grace, is it? That guy's having a cracker of a game. Why would we want to work it into the box? Whatever we're doing at the moment is working. We have completely shut them out. They are having a seriously, seriously poor season. They really are. They've had one shot this entire game as a Premiership side playing a Championship side. That's unfortunate to concede from. Mays, is it? Macy? Their striker. Ball over from McGinty out to their winger in Campbell. Chests it down, ball into the middle. He shouldn't be getting there. We should be doing much better. Their Shield should be doing better in goal as well. You can't really complain on a 7 rating after that mistake. So he's obviously having a good enough game. Josh Doherty's not having the best of games though. So, one to keep an eye on definitely. But 3 shots, 1 on target. We were actually favourites going into this game, but it kind of felt wrong, really. With them being the Premiership team, they really should have been the favourites. James Convey must be looking at us thinking, please pay my future fee. I don't want to play for them in the Championship next year. I want to play for you lot in the Premiership. We'll see how we go in the second half. Hopefully we can hold on. He tried to flick the ball over Kerr there, but he managed to stop it. Rogers with a big header. Grace heads it on forward as well. Just got this horrible feeling something's going to go wrong with Grace. I might have to take him off in just a second just to calm my nerves. Ball over the top towards Cushney. He's not going to get there. McClellan steals the ball from their man out on the wing though. Oof. Just over the crossbar there. I love that it shows you the kits as well. It is a real shame that we don't have kits at Ballinamallard, to be honest. I am going to look to potentially make a change here. Richard Clark comes on for Niall Grace, just literally because I'm nervous of the fact that he's been on a booking since the second minute. He's been fantastic this whole game, but that booking scares me. If he gets sent off, that's a whole world of pain for us, and that's a lot more for us to try and hold on. Josh Doherty's still not having the best of games there at left back, which is a real shame, really, because his fitness levels are through the roof. That lad's still working around. 6.4 isn't good enough, though. We are going to make a change, definitely. All right, so these are the changes then. Aaron Rodgers and John Scott both coming off because they are, although playing relatively well, knackered. Byers slots himself into the centre-back position and Greer goes on to the right. And then Stafford replaces Aaron Rodgers as well at centre-back. The only other change in this period is James Teelan, also tired, has come off and has been replaced by Reece Byrne. So let's see if we can hold out. We've got a 1-goal lead. And here is a highlight for them. O'Connor heads the ball over the crossbar. Now let's stupidly make a last-minute change. Mikey Place comes on as a striker to replace Ben Cushney for the last 2 minutes of the game. Let's see if he can do anything. He can't. Look, that's not the end of the world. You might still hear the Mikey Place song in the next game. But that is a great performance for us. Victory over a team in the division above us. Decent defensive display and decent attacking display. I can't complain. Let's get on to the game against Newry City in the league. Oh, this cup run just gets more and more interesting. As you can see, we have just been drawn in the semi-final of the Peaky Blinder Irish Cup against Coleraine away from home. This is a Coleraine side who, if we have a look at competitions, they knocked us out in the second round of the League Cup earlier on this year. If we go back to the schedule, there it is there. We lost 3-0 to Coleraine at the start of the year. This is a Coleraine who are currently 5th in the Premiership. If we have a little look just very quickly at the teams that we could have played, Coleraine, Glentoran, who are 4th in the Premiership, or Linfield, who are 1st in the Premiership. By the looks of that, we've actually got the best draw there, but we are going to be playing Coleraine, who battered us at the start of the season. So make sure you come for next episodes, because we'll either do the impossible or we'll be going home. We will definitely be playing that game. I think these 3 games here, we're about to play Newry City, then Newington and Institute. I think that wraps up the first part of the season. Then we'll get split off into the Championship group and the not Championship group, I guess, is what they'll call it. And then we will only play teams from our half of the table, which will be interesting. It will be teams such as Newry City, Ballyclare, Dergview, Moyola Park, and HW Welders, I imagine, will be the top 6. Probably. Yeah, looking at that, unless Arnold managed to slip their way in there, and then we'll have a couple of 0-0s that we can enjoy as well. But yeah, let's get into the game against Newry City and secure ourselves in this top half of the table. Right, this is the lineup for the game against Newry City today. Then Shields in goal as always, Doherty at left back, Scott and Rodgers at centre back, and Boudieff comes back in at right back. Then Clark and McKinley are going to make up the central midfield pair for today. Teelan, Ruhi, Mickey Place and Convey both return into the squad on the right wing and up top. So we are looking very, very strong there. Also, got a really strong bench at the moment kicking about. So when you've got the likes of McClellan on a 7.13, Cushney on a 7.06 on the bench, you know you're doing all right, really. And then we've got, obviously, Callum Byers can play right back and centre back on a 7.05, and Max Greer as well, who can also play right back and centre back on a 7.05. We are a very good football team. Let's hope that we can show it today. In we go, in we go. I love it. I absolutely love it. Coming towards the end of the season, we are tracking down that instant promotion by winning the league. Obviously, I know we'll have the Championship group part to go through, but we've already beaten our points record as a club. So that was 63, I believe it was. And obviously, we're now already on 67 points. Pretty sure Teelan is also going to break the record for the most man of the match performances. Next to nothing happened in that first half at all. Very interesting to me. Something has got to change, surely. Oh, we didn't want it to be for them. Knowles puts the ball in. No joy for them from that first ball in. He does get another one, though, and somehow they've fallen over it and it's gone in. That is outrageous. What has happened there? We have been absolutely terrible. We're going to have to go attacking here. Let's make some subs. John Scott's absolutely cooked. I didn't realise that he was so tired. Should have paid more attention to my fitness levels. Everybody's had a bang average performance all across the board. Josh Doherty again has been bang average. So we'll take him off. Mohamed Boudieff having a good game, which is nice to see. What other options have we got here? Mickey Place not having a good game either on a 6.5, but the biggest change for me has to be James Convey. Ben Cushney comes in. James Convey on a 6.4 and clearly not doing enough up front is a big, big concern for us. James Tielan is also tired. Not looking like it's going to be our day here at all. They're on the ball again. Healy throws the ball into Reed, to Knowles, the creator for the last one. Shields does pick it up at the back. Ball's hoofed forward by Shields, kept in by Forsyth, their player. Rogers heads it forward to Clark, to Ruhi. Here we go. This could be where we turn things around. Cushney has a crack from quite far out. Probably not the right move there. Should have played it in to the inside man. I will demand more from the boys because it's not enough. Clark with a ball in. Clark? Richard Clark, of course. Very confused about my own player's name there. What is happening here? Richard Clark not having the best of games. Liam Mullen comes on to replace as the ball-winning midfielder. Mickey Place now pulling his socks up as well. And we're probably going to bring McClellan on the right-hand side and swap him to an inverted winger on attack. That is our changes. Let's get in there and we'll demand more from the boys. We are on all-out attack. McClellan got the ball, hoofs it forward to Cushney, who's not able to get there. Somehow Mickey Place does pick up the ball and he's got all the space in the world on the wing. Doesn't go past his man, puts it through. McClellan is going to be a mile offside there, I think. Yeah, it's been pulled back and it won't count. But that's what we need to see. We need to see more of that. That is the most stupid pass ever from Cushney. He's literally about a mile offside, McClellan there, which is a shame. We need to do something in this last 10 minutes of the game. It's always the way. McKinley picks up yet another injury. Don't you be an injury-prone young man. We're just going to have to stick with this for the last 5 minutes and hope that we just accidentally come up with something. Big ball forward from Shields, straight to their player in Forsyth, puts it forward. Mullen manages to get his head on it, but we've got no player there to be able to pick it up. And Shields has nearly given away another goal there. And that is a crushing defeat for us. Disallowed goal, just unfortunate. They were the much better side. How does that leave us in terms of the league? 67 points compared to Newry City that are now on 63. I cannot believe that we didn't manage to pick up the win there. That is devastating. We are still firmly top of the table, but that one's cut me deep. Just after I was saying that we were a good footballing side as well. I always jinx us. We're not going to lose another game for the whole season now, just out of sheer determination from losing to Newry City. That does give me a little bit of a panic, to be honest, in terms of confidence levels, considering we are going to end up cutting off here, I think. And we are going to play HW Welders, Myola Park, Dergview, Ballyclare and Newry City again, I think, before the end of the season. And that will decide the places inside of that top six. We won't be able to go below the sixth place. Only 4 points clear. It's going to be an interesting end to the season, definitely. Hopefully, we'll still pick up 2 pieces of silverware this year. Well, we didn't want to see that. Injured, getting tackled, groin strain. Ronan McKinley is out for 5 to 6 weeks. He will miss the semi-final. Not good. There you have it. If you've enjoyed that episode and the series so far, please do smash that like button. It does make a massive, massive difference. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications for more FM23 content.